You know what this thing needs? It needs tracks. I really wasn't going to do any more on the assembly of the track frames, but we've noticed on this right track frame, these rollers have a lot more wear in them. We're going to put 20,000 shims on each side of the roller because unlike the left side of Lefty, where everything was within spec, this one so far, none of them are. They're all taking shims. And that would make sense because the operator had the power on the right side of Lefty when he's turning left. Dad's going to put the shims in here. These are just shims that I got online that are pretty much the same dimensions and they're 10 thousandths thick. We're going to put 20 on each side. Go back. We're at like 25.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I think 30 is...
max.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, we cut it in half.
Yeah.
A little more than half.
Oh, it was way out of spec before. I'm going to torque it down and continue, but I just wanted to showcase what a drastic difference one track frame is from the other. Yep, almost 80 in here. It's supposed to be 103 today, 103 tomorrow, 107 the next day. We've got the tracks laid in here, the direction they're supposed to go, and I think we're going to scoot them up there. And we can move them around with a bar and the shop crane and the things we have in here. We don't want to open the doors. It's too hot outside. And I think we're going to set those track frames on here, roll them under the tractor, and attach them. Dad and I are going to put a rope on these tracks and see if we can pull them back there. We're going to try putting these dollies under here. Yeah, that's good. Maybe come this way a little bit and give it a nudge.
Where, up here? Right here?
You know what? Let's leave it. It's good. Yeah, I mean, it's all right.
It's fine.
We're going to have to move our stands in the back so we can get these track frames over here. Dad just checked the Zerks here. We pumped some grease through them. They're good to go. Everything's working. He took a file here to make sure that everything's nice and flat. And I've got these new bearing races for the pivot shaft. They're a 6W0240. This Caustic's Tractor Parts still has them. Now this is definitely an upgraded part and an upgraded part number because you'll notice here that it overlaps the seam back here. And that's intentional so that you don't have the split right here where your cap bolts on from the top. So I could take the other half here and you'll notice it'll fit right in there. But it's got that little overlap on both sides. Kind of gives it a little extra strength, I think. You can see here right where the grease channels are in this X where they'll come out and it'll grease the whole pivot shaft bearing. We've decided to put this direction because the pressure when you're plowing or pulling is to the back of this, so this is how we're going to put the bearings in. I'm going to chase the threads in here where the pillow block mounts. All right.
You ready?
Yeah. We're okay.
Might have to bar it out of the ditch here.
We're gonna wreck.
It broke through the pallet.
Oh.
Easy. Right there, pretty close. Good.
I think next we're going to put the leaf spring in the front here, and then we can set the whole thing down. Back quite a ways, a viewer suggested that we get a tool, a OTC 7402. It's an outside thread chaser, and I got one right here, and it's for chasing these bigger threads that are damaged. As you can see, this is the one that holds the leaf spring in the front, and it's got some bad threads on here, so we're going to try it out. Now, this is my first time using this tool, and I've got it used. It's an original OTC. I found it used on eBay, but it's got these different thread inserts in here, and I think the viewer was watching our episode where we were trying to fix the threads on the crankshaft, and boy, I wish we would have had this then. This is the part I was chasing, and this is what holds the leaf springs. The pins go through here, and it comes up here through this oil pan, actually. Yeah, the front of the tractor rests on this oil pan, and that nut and lock washer right here goes up at the top, but I need to chase this out and make sure it's clean. Dad's sorting out the leaf springs. What do you got, Dad?
So this little guy goes here. We need to pick that one up. You grab that end, and we'll set this right down there on him.
Got it? Yep. This way. So this is the helper spring that goes on the bottom, and that pin, those go on each side here.
Those go in there. Pins go through from the front like that.
Okay.
And then this goes up through your bosses on that pan.
There's pins that go through here and here. And I'm going to cut these wires out of here and get some cotter keys in there. We're going to put our spring in there, and this is what a D4 looks like with about an 8-inch lift. We're taking a few measurements to make sure that our jack is going to lift high enough.
Got to go 32 inches.
I think we got it.
I'm going to try to stay pretty centered.
All right. Now I got to spin. Come on, a little bit further ahead. There you go. Now you can lift it up.
Can't go much higher.
Come on ahead.
Ahead?
Yeah. There you go. Go ahead. Up, I mean.
You ready?
Yeah. Come towards me here. No, we're good. We're good. Go ahead. All right, hold it. All right, go ahead. There we go. All right, go ahead. Yep, we're good.
Oh yeah, this side's going in. Your side going in?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it going?
Yeah, you're good.
It's going easy.
Our lock washer and our nut on there.
That's the tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the one I kind of chased it. It's okay, it's just got resistance. Well, that went way too easy. We're going to let the jack down. We got everything snug. We're going to tighten them up when we get this engine down and the leaf spring down there. I hate the way that sways in the wind. We're good. I'm going to let this down a little bit, and Dad's going to keep an eye on it back there. And, yeah. frame is lined up with the spring hanger, so
Check the other side. Yeah, it looks fine. More.
one more.
Try it. There, try that.
There.
That's pretty good.
All right. What we were doing is trying to get our track frame lined up with the spring perch right here. How you hitting?
Go ahead. All right, now. Okay, when you get that track line back up,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to go down real slow. All right, we ready to go?
Yeah.
How we doing?
We're good. It's lining up.
Go on down.
We're fine.
Why are we twisting?
It's gonna. Hang on. There we go. It's settled in. Nice. The arms for the track frames on the pivot shaft are perfect. My bearings are exactly where they're supposed to be in both sides. Now all I got to do is put the caps on here and we're good. Yeah, we're good. Oh, wow. That slid right in there.
Here's a bolt.
There we go. I got all those in. Everything's snugged up. I know it's hard to see down here, folks. We're going to torque them to 80. While I was under there, Dad managed to get all the bolts started on this pillow block. Good thing those pillow blocks are so worn out.
Yeah, there we go. See if you can start that one.
We got one more and we're pretty close to lined up.
There you are.
I'm going to get my torque wrench set up to 160 and we'll torque them. One last thing we need to do, we're going to let the front of this down onto the leaf spring and we need to tighten up those shackle bolts. Dad just put the pins in here, and these keep the spring from coming out so that the front of the tractor doesn't come up if you go up a steep incline or something. And then it has this little barrel that's on here, and we put a cotter pin in there, so springs are in here. This thing's starting to look like a tractor. I do want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. It was a lot of work today.
On the hottest day of the year.
Yeah, 103. It's miserable out here.
Yo ho.